How's it going, everybody? This is again yours truly, Rama Screen, covering movies, TV, and entertainment. Right now, it's 3 a.m. in the morning. Holy crap! Again, the reason was because I took a nap this past Friday afternoon, and I did not wake up until like 11 p.m. So I was like, "Whoa!" I missed out on Swamp Thing and Jet. So I did review Swamp Thing a couple of hours ago. You can watch my video here on the channel. And now I'm reviewing Jet, the latest episode of Jet. I love this show. I know not a lot of people watch this show. Not a lot of people buzz or talk about this show on YouTube. So I may be the only fan of the show, and maybe if Cinemax, you know, runs the numbers on Jet, they would probably find that the rating is only a rating of one, just me. The rating for the show. Um, but that's okay. I love Carla Gugino, and let's get right to it. This video contains spoilers, so spoiler alert. The episode 5 of this season 1, titled Bennie. Bennie is the name of the character played by Christopher Backus. Christopher Backus in real life is married to Mira Sorvino. They have 4 children. Holy crap, 4 children together, man. They got busy. So good on you, Christopher Backus. Mira Sorvino is freaking hot. Big fan of Romeo and Michelle go to high school reunion. Um, so it's the name of Christopher Backus's character, Benny, who is one of the right hand people of Charlie. Charlie, of course, is the gangster played by Giancarlo Esposito, who also played Gus in Breaking Bad. And in the season 1 of Jet this season, the episodes are named after the characters. So this time it's Benny because um, the last half of today's episode focuses on him. So what happened was, the girl that he's been secretly looking after, by stalking her, sort of, staying outside her home in the middle of the night till God knows when, making sure she's okay. There's something sweet about that, but there's also something creepy about that. But tonight, of course, Rosalie's ex-husband, who had previously broken into her apartment a couple of times before and raped her as well. And in tonight's episode, he tried to rape her again. And what was different this time is that she acquired a gun. Maybe not legal, but she got it from a friend of the guy that changed the lock in her door. And so, during the process of her ex-husband raping her, she pulled out this gun, put it against his head, and pulled the trigger, and bam. And of course, it was a sloppy work. Uh, First kill on her part, first time shooting a gun on her part. So, um, Benny came rushing in, making sure he makes he wanted to make sure that she was okay. Um, and that's how she found out. Like, oh, turns out you've been watching me all this time. And Benny helped Rosalie clean up the mess. At one point, she fainted. Obviously, it's her first kill. Um, but the next day, because Benny had feelings for this woman. Remember, Benny killed the yoga trainer that she had an affair with. Remember in the first episode? Um, but I guess Benny felt guilty about that, felt responsible for the situation that they put her in. But part of that is also because I think he had some feelings for Rosalie. But by the end of this episode, that those feelings were not requited. Were not returned by Rosalie, who was justifiably, I mean, she's her not trusting Benny is justified, right? Because here's this stranger helping her out, and you found out that this stranger also had been secretly stalking or checking up on you, and watching it from a distance. Hell yeah, you wouldn't trust him, even if he helped you get rid of a body. You wouldn't just like have him be in your bed. So despite Benny trying to be nice, cooking her breakfast in the morning, of course she turned on him and knocked him out unconscious. It was, you know, a part of me wanted like, oh come on, Benny was being nice to you. What are you doing, lady? Come on, that's not cool. But another part of me is like, yeah, I understand why she did what she did to Benny at that end, because she didn't know him. He's a stranger to her. You know, so and it's not like she's gonna just like, oh my Prince Charming, you helped me get rid of my ex husband's body. So now we're gonna go off into the sunset. It's gonna get more complicated than that. So yeah, it's I don't know how this storyline connects to Jet. Jet, of course, the character played by Carla Gugino, the title character of the series. It seems separate from that, um, but I like it. I like this distraction. It's just funny to have this storyline for Benny, who, despite being a killer, right? He's a fixer. He's right hand man to a gangster. You can tell he has a soft spot, and he genuinely likes Rosalie. So there's a part of you that kind of empathizes with Benny, despite him probably having killed many people for work, for professional stuff. But it's like, oh, it's like a gangster with a heart of gold, sort of. A part of me wants to see Benny have a happy ending. Um, so that's why I don't mind this distraction, even though I still don't know how this storyline would eventually connect to the overall thing with Jet and Charlie. But I like it. I like it. I think um, it'd be, in another ideal world, in an alternate universe, this would have made an interesting plot for a rom com, a gangster rom com. Unlikely romance between Benny and Rosalie. Somebody should write the script. I would watch it. Um, okay, so the next storyline, of course, the big one involves Jet, the title character. It's for the first few minutes of this episode, it's just Jet having conversations with Charlie, and then they have sex in between. You don't get to see them, you don't get to see the intercourse scene, but you get to see like the loud noises from the room as Benny and his colleague were playing chess. That is pretty funny. And the dialogue between Benny and his colleague too, as they see themselves like, oh, are we the pawn? Because like, are we the pawn like on this chessboard? Is that who we are? But Benny's like, no, no, maybe when we started we were pawns, but now we've stepped up, trying to rationalize their status in this whole criminal organization. Um, but what's interesting about this these parts of the episode is the sexualization of Carla Gugino. And you know what? It's nothing negative about it. There's nothing negative about it because Carla Gugino, she is very, very comfortable in her skin. She's like Julianne Moore. I read an interview article about on Julianne Moore years ago, Because as you know, my fellow movie fans, Julianne Moore doesn't have problem taking off her clothes for movies or TV shows, what have you. And she says, "Hey, this is the body that I came with this body. Why should I feel ashamed of it? I'm not ashamed of my body. Basically, I'm paraphrasing, of course, but that's basically along those lines. That what she said, to the interviewer on that article. So I get the sense that Carla Gugino is that kind of actress. And we see her ass shot in this one. Oh my gosh, she's like, let me double check here. Carla Gugino has done nudes before, um, racy stuff, provocative shots before in previous movies, including Watchmen. So this is nothing new to her. She is around, I want to say 1940, 48 years old, probably, give or take, if my math is correct. And my God, she still looks amazing. She looks amazing for her age or any age. She looks like she doesn't look a day over, I don't know, 35. I know it's bad to guess a woman's age. You should never try to play guessing a woman's age. But she looks HO to the T. She looks sexy as hell. And she flaunts it. She's proud of it, and that's fine, right? That's cool. If she feels empowered by it. There's this amazing shot because remember, this show is written and directed by Carla Gugino's actual real life partner, not husband. I guess they don't believe in marriage. I guess they don't believe in marriage, but they're actual. They are a couple, Carla Gugino and Sebastian Gutierrez. So Sebastian Gutierrez, you can tell, you can sense from these parts of this episode, Sebastian Gutierrez knows exactly how to capture his girlfriend's sexiness. At one point, there's a shot, wide angle shot of Carla as Jet, because she's full on naked, and she's on this desk, and I guess she has a breakfast in front of her. I forgot what it was. And the desk has this, one pole holding itself up. So that pole or that post is the only thing that covers her vagina, um, her genital shot. But you see the legs, and then you see her naked body, and of course it's situated in a way where she kind of covers her nipples, but you can see the cleavage. It's such a sensuous setting, and you could tell that Sebastian Gutierrez knows how to, capture the right angle to make sure that Carla Gugino's sexuality, um, sexual prowess is put on full display, while at the same time giving you a tease of it. Instead of like giving you the full satisfaction, giving you a tease, like haha, you almost get to see the whole thing, but not yet. No? So there's something playful and definitely hot about that. But man, you got to give credit where credit is due. Carla is so, again, comfortable in her own skin, and good on her, man. Good on her. Kudos to her. That she is proud. Most of us, as we get up there on age, we probably feel insecure about even showing our arms or parts of our legs or whatnot, but not Carla. Carla's like, hey, I still got it. And you know what? She still got it. Uh, as I'm, winding down, the episode also goes to show that Carla has a new job from that Eastern European guy that puts pressure on her. And her handler says, hey, there are 3 jobs left to do. Here's one of them. After these 3 jobs, you'll be off the hook. Which I don't know if I can trust that. Um, She has a particular set of skills. She's a ringer. She's good at planning stuff. She knows how to plan a heist. That kind of talent is very, very priceless to gangsters like the Eastern European guy and Charlie. So the idea of like, oh yeah, yeah, you just do these three jobs and you can go, man. You can enjoy your money and whatnot. I won't bother you. I won't bother you again. I would not fully believe that. I would, take that cautiously. Um, but I'm sure, Jet is just gonna be like, hey, um, if that's the offer, I'll take it. If that means I won't have to be dealing with you guys anymore, I'll take it. That said, she's treading really. Hold on, there's a bug in my in my in my room here. Sorry about that. I gotta kill the bug before it spreads. She's been communicating with the cops, and so she has to tread lightly on that because, man, if those gangsters find out about what she's been doing, how she's been snitching, whew, I feel so worried for her daughter and her partner. Speaking of whom, there's also a little bit of storyline regarding Phoenix. Phoenix is this hot prostitute that Jet kind of helps, to get out of her debt. And in this episode, Phoenix ultimately decided to leave her brother. Her brother's the one that's been using her to kind of whore her way, so that her brother can get money. And that scene where she is leaving the life, she's leaving the apartment, and the brother was like, hey, what are you gonna do without me? You're nothing without me. Like, you like this job, do you think I have fun putting you into this through all this, but you can't do without me. When he says those things, that's a typical cowardice things to say. That's basically something that a coward would say, you know because the brother knows that he doesn't have any skill set. He doesn't know any other way to make money. The only way he can make money is by letting or forcing his sister to whore herself out. And now that golden goose, that money bag is going out the door. But I'm happy that Phoenix, now is feels empowered to start anew, to start afresh, without her brother. Some people, when they hear such excuses coming from a coward, would fall for that. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, I guess, because we're blood and we're siblings, I guess I gotta stick around for you." But not her. She's like, "Hey, I'm out of here," and she made the right choice to like want to work for Jet because that Jet is gonna take care of Phoenix. And it's an honest job, babysitting, cutting grass and whatnot. And I'm sure whenever Jet needs Phoenix again to play that role of a pretend prostitute to get a nightclub owner, scared shitless. Remember that episode? I'm sure Phoenix will do it in a heartbeat, because she now feels like she is indebted to Jet. Jet is the one that got her out of that debt in that situation with her brother. So I love Phoenix is probably one of my other favorite character, uh, in addition or aside from Jet. So Benny comes close, third place after Jet and Phoenix. Fantastic episode once again. I'm looking forward to this heist. It seems that this new heist involves a fancy, antique, valuable car. I want to see how they pulled it off. I want to see how they pull it off. I want to see what crew that Carla would assemble together, and I hope it doesn't end as badly as the last heist. Remember, with what's his name, Bradley betraying Jet, and then members of the crew had to be assassinated by Jet's handler. So that was a mess. That was a giant mess, and of course, Jet eventually fixed that mess um, by going to the and stealing back the money and the gold from the gangster who hired Bradley to betray um, Jet. So that was a mess, and I hope this next heist would run as smoothly. And you know what? Lastly, I should say that if Jet wants to get herself out of the what's the word I'm looking for here? If Jet wants to get herself out from under the thumbs of the Eastern European gangster and Charlie, the best way to do it is just to get these guys to go at it with each other, to go in a war with each other. Right now, Charlie is in a war with the Mexican cartel, um, but the Mexican cartel doesn't have Jet under his thumb. Um, so it's all cool and dandy, the whole thing with Jet feeding information to the cops, but I think the if she wants really to get away from both sides of the gangsters, the most effective way is to come up with some sort of reason for those gangsters to go into war with each other. That way, they just can kill off each other, and then Jet doesn't even have to pick up or clean up the mess, and she just runs off because everybody dies except her and her loved ones. Um, that would be my solution for her, but I don't know if that's the one that's gonna play out. There are only 3 episodes left. Right now it's episode 5, so yeah, total is 8 episodes this season. So we'll see what writer, director, showrunner Sebastian Gutierrez has in store for us. But man, if you haven't watched Jet, I highly recommend it. It's on Cinemax every Friday night. And Carla Gugino never looked better. She is at the top of her form, physique wise and performance wise. Love, love, love Carla Gugino to death. So hey, Beef 123, Late Night with Rama. That's right. So that's my review of Jet season 1, episode 5, titled Bennie. If you've seen it too, if you've seen this episode, do you agree or disagree with my assessment? What did you think of it? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel, press that like button, ring that bell. And if you can help support this channel, please do so at patreon.com/ramascreen. I'm still wired. I'm still wide awake. So I might watch another episode of another new show, or not new show, another favorite show of mine. So see you guys till the next live review. Okay. As always, let's rock this.